So, is it possible to teach common sense? And I'm telling you that it is. I will give you a short thing and then explain some metaphors that go with it and some examples. But here we go. Common sense. Common sense is seeing a task or life, depending on which three common sense people you are. Because you got the first one, which is mostly everyone. And I put them in the chore group. They're capable of common sense in dealing with chores. Basic factory work, push a button. Kids and their common sense level, basic things. We're not talking, McDonald's workers or even shipping type people. Not stupid. That doesn't mean they're dumb. I'm just talking about just basic common sense. And unfortunately, yes, it's most people. The next level is things like the farmer, a scientist, a weatherman, people who look at a particular situation and their ability to see the obstacles in front of them goes from the chore part of momentary to, at least a year. They can see out to a year. That's what common sense is being able to semi-predict the future. We'll get into that in a minute. The last one, I like to call them universal complexity. By the way, the scientist stuff, the farmer, things of that nature, they're just complex. The complex common sense. The universal complexity person is kind of like you and me, or, other people. We see issues that are miles away and we're screaming at it. Dear God, it's time to prepare. The world's coming to an end. And that's as far as you can go. Okay, so how do you teach this stuff? First off, you should never get the idea that, let's say your kid, and we've all got one. They ain't got no damn sense. There's at least one. It's like you don't know what happened, but there's one. We're not talking you're going to turn him into a rocket science. He may not ever be be able to see the world ending coming. But he will at least be able to get to the point where he can do chores in a way that doesn't take him 5 hours, not because he's being lazy, but because he has no damn idea what he's doing. The three things you have to understand with common sense. What is common sense? First one, recognizing obstacles. Very first thing. Got to be able to recognize obstacles. Example, I am telling person to vacuum the floor. Go vacuum the floor. A common sense person goes, okay, my task is to vacuum the floor. I do not want to piss her off because she annoys me when she does. I'm looking at the floor. I see things in the floor that will break the vacuum cleaner and she will become angry about. I shall pick that up and clear the floor. That way, one, I do a good job and I don't break anything. That's also making the plan. And then there's the part of executing. So you got recognizing obstacles, making the plan, and then 3, executing the plan. And we just went over about making the plan for the vacuum cleaner. Executing the plan is understanding, do I need help? Can I do this on my own? Do I need help? Can I do this on my own? Will it benefit me if I get help as far as the process being speedily done? So here it is, I'm teaching my one, because everybody's got one, common sense with the expectation that he will at least get into the chore arena of common sense. I do not expect him to get to the complex. I never expect him to get to universal complexity as far as thinking. And the results are stunning. I could not be happier. I sit there and just for FYIs, I wrote it down. First we went over 2 examples. One was raking leaves. Tell me what you would do for raking leaves. Just let me know. You go rake leaves. Show me what you're going to do. The boy, he's going to go into the leaves and he's going to just start in the middle of it and just rake. No thought process, no plan. We are not talking about a 5-year-old. He's much older. Scary. And I was like, okay. Do you see the leaves falling from the tree directly in the spot? Do you think you'll ever get out of that spot? No, sure won't. You think maybe it'd be a better idea if you start on the perimeter and work your way in? Yeah, that sounds to make sense. Duh. Okay. What else did we do? I don't remember the other example. It's been a few days because I've been waiting to see how the results were before I videotaped. So he comes back in the house, and now we're on the whiteboard. And we go over common sense, the way I just went over with you. Observation, making a plan, and executing the plan. And in those observations, we went over the subgroup of obstacles. And that's the most important part. You have to explain obstacles to these people who have no damn common sense. It's like, blows their mind. Like, oh, there's a world out there. Obstacles? Where the fuck did that come from? Like, you have to look for it. Open your eyes. Of course, I was a lot nicer to him and much more patient. So then the next step is explaining to him that he has to make a plan. And then, of course, executing the plan. Now, after I get done with that and I explain the different types of people that are in it and what they do and how they do it in threes, like, I just said at the beginning of this video, I asked him about the vacuum cleaning. And I didn't touch on vacuum cleaning at all. Because I purposely did that because I wanted to not seed his brain with answers that I subconsciously gave him. And so we get to vacuum cleaning and he looks. Because I pointed out the area that I wanted vacuumed. He looks. He goes, first, I see that there's stuff in the floor. It's like, shit! It's working. I'm going to pick all that up. I think I'm going to need help with the weight because his brother does weights. And I said, okay. And then what? What are you doing next? Well, it's not really like piles of dirt anywhere. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, that's new. That definitely didn't come from me, but wow. Because I didn't talk about no dirt piles. We talked about leaves. So he says, so I'm just going to vacuum the floor and I'm going to start over there because that's the dirtiest area. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. The brain is starting to work. So now we've gone through days and I've been giving him chores, but with the new sense of I expect them to be done right. I expect common sense to be put in there, which means I'll go and talk to him. Like right now, it's mowing the lawn, even though there's really not much need for it, but mowing the lawn. Neighbors. So, anyways, so now it's what are you doing? Mowing the lawn. Okay, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm going to start over there, and then I'm going to work this way. And then when I get down here, I'm going to pick this stuff up and I'm going to move it. I was like, well, that's smart. That's much better. But I said, now we need to really, really think. This stuff, I've already stated earlier that we are going to put away for winter. Do you not think that it would be better if you just put it away since you're moving it and then you don't have to do it again? And he thought about it for a second and the brain is starting to click because now he's gone from not thinking to being shown semi how to think, and he's starting to expand. So now I sit there and see him as the few days have gone by that is starting to kick in, and it's so much nicer. So I do say that for all the people out there and you go, my God, the world has no damn common sense. I kid you not, it is possible to teach them, at least to get to chore level, to have some common sense. And if you've got one like me, because there's always one, probably my fault, because I babied him, it is possible to at least get them to chore level. Just chore level. And your life would be so much easier. enjoy your little tidbits for this morning.